was asking Gambia government to receive every month 50 Gambians from EU. So basically, that's a huge number, in a year.
So based on that, Mr. Sonko, should we expect more Gambians to be coming from Germany and other EU countries before the end of the year?
Yes, absolutely. And also, I understand that as a migration activist here, I know one thing. Germany, this new government, German, they're also having a new government. Angela Merkel era is finished. There is another chancellor, with his entire government. So they are changing some laws, migration laws. Okay. So, and we are hoping and expecting, in fact, this is official. They are saying that officially they want to change most of they want to bring some changes, some new laws, before end of December. Okay. So basically here, what we are trying to see is before that change, before this new law started, because when that law changed, when these new things that they want to bring, when it started, many migrants will benefit, including Gambians. Okay. So what I understand is, as a migration, what I am seeing here is, Baden-Württemberg, and in fact, Germany are trying to push out many Gambians as much as possible, because there are so many Gambians whom they exhausted their legal chances of staying here. So, and if you did not commit any crime in Germany, come probably early next year, if you are here for more than 5 years, you did not commit any crime, come next year, probably they will not be able to deport you because of the new laws or whatsoever. So, of course, let us expect more people to. In fact, more people are coming, because I visited this deportation prisons, where I found a lot of Gambians there, and even some already informed me, like some detainees currently. Even today, I received a call from a detainee who was informed officially that he should be deported to Gambia on the 6th of December. And I was it day before yesterday, another two guys where they tried to deport another two guys. So basically, the deportation is continuing. So, and I'm what I'm seeing is clearly German will deport many Gambians, before 2023.
So right there, Mr. Sonko is telling us that we should expect more Gambian immigrants that will be coming from EU countries. Mr. Sonko, tell us how this whole deportation works. Do they have a particular agreement with the government? And do you think the government benefits in any way from these deportations?
Well, according to European Union, they had an agreement with the Gambia government in 2018. Okay, there was a so-called document called Good Practice Document between the Gambia government and the European Union. So this currently, if you try to challenge these deportations that are happening currently, even deportees, they inform them sometimes when they take them to court. Last week, they tried to deport somebody, a Gambian for that matter. But before deporting him, they took him to a court, for the court to decide his fate. Either he should go home that very day, or they should leave him. So when at the court informed him that, according to him, a judge informed him that, look, you exhausted all your chances of staying here. You should leave. And in fact, we are asking you to leave because European Union had the agreement, with Gambia government. This agreement is called Good Practice Document. This document was signed between your government and the European Union, which involves German. So we are using that agreement to deport you because you exhausted all your chances of staying here. So of course there was an agreement. There was a document signed between the two governments. Yes, government officials will tell you that there is no deal. There is nothing. Of course there is a deal. It was something called Good Practice Document that was signed between the two, European Union and the Gambia government as early as 2018, to date. So EU, basically, they are relying on that document. They are relying on that agreement between Gambia government. Germany is even using that agreement between EU and Gambia government to deport more Gambians
So, in essence, you're saying the government plays a role in the deportation, and that they can actually do something to solve or curb the situation. Do you
Yes,
think the
I think
government can
yes.
do anything to curb this?
Yes, I think government have a yes, of course they have a hand in it. They are the government. They, they, we are Gambians, of course. So no government official can tell me that we don't have any hands in it. They have absolutely hand in it. So yes, they can do some like here. What we are trying to say, or what I am trying to advocate, is for a dialogue. Okay, a solution, a dialogue. Look, Yaya Sonko, I am never saying zero to deportation. You cannot even say that. Then I would be stupid. Okay, but then sometimes deportation need to be scrutinized. You need to look what kind of people are they deporting. Are these citizens whom they committed crimes in Europe? Are they citizens whom they are law abiding? Are they our citizens whom they are going to school? Are they our citizens whom they are not? They did not offend any law in Europe, and they are doing well. They are paying taxes. Okay, so of course our people whom that they commit or committing crimes in Europe, of course when the law got them, who will? Nobody want to have criminal in your country. I point here. Okay, so absolutely, I for one, I am not advocating against such. Okay, but what I am against is seeing our Gambian brothers and sisters whom they are going to school here, seeing our Gambian brothers and sisters whom they are working here in Europe, seeing our Gambian brothers and sisters whom they are doing well in Europe, being arrested at their working place, being arrested at schools, being arrested even randomly in the street, just because they exhausted all their legal chances of staying in Europe. So such a deportation I am against. Okay, but then a deportation whereby, example, if a Gambian is caught with a drug, or if a Gambian rape a European, or if a Gambian do something that is completely against the laws here, I for one will never go against those such things. So basically, what our government can do is to come to the negotiation table again, and then try to renegotiate this so-called good practice document that they have with European Union, because it's not sustainable. Gambia government cannot continue to receive, huge number of its citizens, because there is nothing there for them in the country. Currently, I for one, I am not seeing any sustainable reintegration program for these returnees in the Gambia. All what I am seeing is the small and so-called support from other stakeholders like IOM, GIZ. You can name them. So what is the government having for these people? I have not seen anything. Has a Gambian youth. So basically, Gambia government need to come to a negotiation table, renegotiate this deal with European Union. Look, let them. In fact, EU knows everything that Gambia is going through as a country. They know that we don't have the capacity to receive thousands of our people from Europe. So Gambia don't have that capacity. How are you going to reintegrate them in the system? Look, it also comes with security threats. How many deportees kill? I mean, how many now? How many cases? How many times do you hear a deportee kill a fellow Gambian in Gambia? A deportee kill his father in Gambia. A deportee kill two people at a psychiatric center in Gambia. So basically, it comes with security threat. It might not be a threat to a minister, might not be a threat to stakeholders, but it is a threat to people that they are living in the same house with, a threat to people that they are living in the same society with. They might not. Some of these deportees come with, some of them, in fact, when they are deporting them, they have this mental instability. They are already mentally ill. They are traumatized. They will come home. Nobody look after them. They are living in the society with that pressure, with that stigma, with that traumatization. So mentally, sometimes they think of doing some stuff that are against the laws. They can kill people. They can attack people. They can fight with people. They can do so many things. It also comes with security threats. Our government need to. In fact, they know this, because All those killings that happened because of deportees, our government officials know this. They have to come back, sit in a negotiation table with European Union and discuss these matters.
Thank you very much for citing that. I think that is quite important. We've seen that migrants that have been deported, when they come here, they are traumatized. They live with that stigma in the society, and that alone could have very serious effects on their health, on their lives, and on the lives of the people that they are living with. So thank you very much for noting that there. And also, Mr. Sonko, as a migration activist, what are the steps that you are taking to ensure that these migrants, like you said, have a way of integrating into the society when they come here, and having a better treatment from the government of the Gambia?
Well, what I try to do is like, in fact, I start before they are deported. Like you can see, sometimes I am visiting prison. Okay. What I try to do is, I am not God. I'm just Mr. Nobody. I don't have the power and the authority to do anything. But all what I do is, as a good citizen, as a concerned citizen, I visit them when they call me. I visit them in prison. When I know actually they don't have it, like if I am speaking to a detainee, and I know that this detainee, after listening to him, I know he got no chance, to stay here. They're going to deport him either ways. So what I try to do is to kind of help, to advise them, to talk to them that, this is not the end of their life. Going back home sometimes did not mean you are a failure. Don't go there and listen to people. Don't go and see yourself as a failure. I try to advise them. I try to guide and counsel them, prior to their going home. If I know that definitely Mr. So and so must go home, after going through his file or listening to him, or knowing all what he was involved in, I try to advise them. I try to counsel them. Okay, try to get them ready mentally for that deportation. So when they arrive home, also, I don't only stop there. I've made some follow-ups. When you go to some stakeholders or some, in fact, ministries, they will tell you that Mr. Sonko have been calling us. Mr. Sonko have been engaging us. I call ministries responsible. I call stakeholders like IOM, like the German Advice Center at Westfield. I call them, our good brother there, council. People, I try to engage. I try to ask, what is there for these people? Equally, when I am informed, I go back to our brothers whom they are returned home. I inform them, look, go to IOM, go to the German individual. Okay, and currently I also establish my own NGO in Gambia, but this is more in that bank region. They are doing good. I try to I use that NGO to help in terms with my team. I have a very good team in North Bank. The offices in Kanuma. We use this NGO also to help in reintegration, through a partnership with some stakeholders in Gambia. So there are so many things that I try to do. Even here, some returnees will tell you that through me they got support from friends here in Germany. Some returnees will tell you that through me they got, this, I don't want to say all these things. It's like what Mandinka said, so we try to do so many things to help our brothers and sisters. Sometimes we know that they have friends here. Sometimes we know that some of them will even make families here. Some of them will be from companies here. So when they leave, when they deport them back to Gambia, we try to follow those connections for them, to try to reconnect them with those people, to see how best they can be helped, even living in Gambia. So basically, these are some of the things that we try to do.
Mr. Sonko, I think it's a good thing you were doing there for Gambian immigrants. But I just have this question. Is the government or other